Hello and welcome to my channel. Grab your work, sit and have a cuppa with me. I've got my tea, and look, I'm just doing this block. It's actually a pretty intensive colour block section this time around. Oops, sticky. And I'm working on my custom, which you will see. No, that way, that way, that way. Yep, look left. All right. So I'm working on my custom. This is a photograph that I took in a local beach that I used to walk in or walk along near my old home, the beach that my dogs used to go running down to. And it was my kind of bolt hole in a lot of circumstances. And yeah, so this is my photograph. It's a sunset photo, I think. I don't think I was ever up early enough for the sunrise walks, so I think it's a sunset photo. And yeah, I took the photo and I got StitchDiamond.com to do the custom for me. Now, Stitch Diamond are also on Facebook. They are 5D cross-stitch diamond painting or something or other. I will link it in the description. Alan is the girl who organises your paintings there. I've had a couple of customs from her, and she does really good work. My only disappointment is the drills, and they could almost do with slightly bigger grids. They're quite jammed together. There's a few that pop. Not all of them pop, but there's a few that pop. The drills have little tabs on the ones that are causing the issue. So if I get there, I may replace the dodgy ones. We'll see how we go. But there are 44 colours in this beast. And yeah, it's a favourite photo of mine. I have got another one that I have in a custom, but it's been put aside for a while. It's a slightly different angle and different time of day or different weather or something. And that is from Treasure Studios. So I'm kind of looking forward to being able to compare the two. Treasure Studios being of a lot less colours, which has me a little bit concerned, but Rachel assures me it's going to be fine, so we'll see how we go. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So enjoy the picture because it's very, very pretty. From a little patch in Tassie. The mountain is Mount Wellington, which is a famous landmark here. Ooh, I have something that should not be there. Mount Wellington is the focal point of everything Hobart in Tasmania. So that is the mountain, and that little fence thing is just the old fence that was going into the water. Nothing really to say other than that. I mean, I don't think it actually did anything. It maybe stops very low tide. It's a very shallow bay, this bay. You could actually walk out for ages and ages and ages and still only be kind of thigh height, if even that, at low tide. And it's shelly. I actually went down and got wheelbarrow loads or bucket loads of the shells, the little conical shells. I got those and filled our bits of driveway with it, mixed in with some of the local gravel that we had, so it was a bit kind of, you know, bringing the beach up home. Our property was high on a hill. It was on the hill. You couldn't get much higher. We were about 150 meters up on this little hill, and it was clay soil, so it wasn't really sandy soil. So it was taking the sand or the shells up. That was just something I did. I don't know if it's a naughty thing to do or not. I know there was somewhere I heard that you're not supposed to take sand from beaches, or well, I don't know about pebbles from streams, the river rocks, they're the rounded pebbles. They're really cool, and they're cool for painting and stuff if you ever get into that kind of hobby. Yeah, but I haven't got into that at this stage. What I've found using the multiplacer is it tends to crowd, and because of the little dimples or tabs, they don't kind of sit brilliantly. This one is a little bit better than Victoria's Moon, which I'm also doing, and the color blocking there is a little bit crowded too. So yeah, they don't make for happy square paintings, but I wanted the detail in the squares. If you've ever seen rounds, you can see that the colors kind of bleed through around the edges of each of the rounds because you've got, you know, background. I didn't want to have gaps in the background, especially with a white background behind these, so I did it in square because I think the detail is there that little bit better in a square painting because the color goes to the extreme. And yeah, and these are huge. These are 60 by 80. That's the other thing. Oops, I have a tea. I might just let that go down there. I wasn't going to work right up to the edge this time around. Alright, where are we at? It's, you know, the midweek whip and chat. It's catch up with everything else. So, yeah, where are we up to? Coronavirus is sweeping the world. We've had our second case in Tasmania now, and it's in Hobart, so it's in my local town. To say I'm not concerned, I am. I'm in a workplace, excuse me, tea. I'm in a workplace that is kind of like an essential service, so not necessarily my position, but if they start putting measures in place for social gatherings or things like that, things might have to change. It's a little bit nervous of a time, so it's trying to keep an even head with all of that as well, and not be panicking. We've had panic buying in the supermarkets. Toilet rolls have gone flying out the door. Not quite sure why toilet rolls, of all things. Some staple foods have gone out the door, so rice apparently is another thing. Tin tomatoes, you know, that kind of thing I can understand. Toilet paper, not so much. Like, I mean, I know toilet paper is bulky, but I will try and insert a photo. This is one that my husband took of our local supermarket with no toilet paper. So yeah, toilet paper is scarce. We have stocked up on emergency things just in case. We've got long life milk now, and that we didn't have any of that. We've got things to make bread and things, but we get our shopping delivered anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. I don't think. You know, it does come down, I suppose, to basic hygiene. Just, you know, hand washing, social distancing is one of the measures that I've seen on our work lift. We did have swine flu a few years ago. That turned out to be kind of nothing in the end. Not so sure about the coronavirus. I think this one is a little bit more contagious than it seemed to be. I think because there's so many differing symptoms and people don't get sick. But my husband thinks he's got a more vulnerable immune system. We have stepkids who goes between houses where their hygiene has been questioned in the past because he always used to get sick from her lack of hygiene, or the kids traipsing stuff back and forth, and she also works in a hotel on occasion, so travellers their bugs, you know, would have been something that she was, you know, prone to. Anyway, so yeah, that's a bit of a concern. They haven't declared any kind of pandemics. They haven't said anything except, you know, self-isolation and all that kind of thing. But yeah, watching the news, we had a guy last week proclaimed that he had coronavirus. He was up in the north of the state and he was self-isolating, and then it turned out that he went to the supermarket and spent 15 minutes in the supermarket. Now, saying that he went to the supermarket may not have, you know, been the cause of the spread down to our hometown, but it certainly put a bit of a panic among people. They've got buses organised for clinics. They've told people to phone ahead onto the phone line, and then they will go from there. They aren't going to necessarily test everyone unless there's a trigger, and you know, they say that they reckon a third of the state is going to have this by Easter. And it varies, if you're familiar with this, it varies from anything from a mild cold to full-on flu and respiratory issues if somebody has underlying conditions. So yeah, it's a little bit concerning, it's a little bit scary. I think I dropped one and I can't see where it's gone. But other than that, yeah, I probably couldn't get hand sanitizer if I tried. I would like to have some on my bag so that I can use it wherever. I'm actually, I have a really bad habit of fiddling with my face, you know, rubbing my nail on my lip, that kind of thing. So yeah, I need to work on that one. And if I can get into the habit of the hand sanitizer is a little bit extra, as well as washing hands, then yeah, we'll get there. Anyway, I did see an article on preppers. Do you know what a prepper is? I'm looking up there. I should be looking down here. Sorry. A prepper is somebody who's kind of ready for end of days. And they are now selling kits. I thought that's really kind of cool. And then there's this woman who stockpiled food and supplies for her home on a pension. My husband does that as well. He buys things when they're on special. He shops online and he will have 2 or 3 items of a certain thing when it's on special and never buy it when it's at full price. You know, that kind of behaviour. So he doesn't understand why people are kind of going, we can't afford this and we can't afford that and we're broke and, you know, pity, 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 and we can't survive on a pension. Well, he did. And he knows how you can. So, yeah. Don't think he's too sympathetic on that argument. Yeah, the one concern would be if I catch it, then he catches it, then Sophie catches it, and I'm concerned that, you know, she might not be able to fight off colds and all that kind of thing. When my youngest boy moved in for a couple of weeks with us, she got a snotty cold, like a runny nose, within days, and then I got runny nose pretty quickly because we were introducing another human's, you know, genome, bio, whatever, into the family mix. And yeah, she reacted and he reacted, and or I reacted with her and stuff. So yeah, once it gets in, it's in, isn't it? Work this week, I am working 7 days in a row. I'm working what we call an afternoon shift. So I start around 1 o'clock in the afternoon and work through the evening. 7 days in a row is a long slog, and then there's 2 days off afterwards, and it continues. 3 days off and then 2 days on. 3 days. So 7 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off, back to 5 days a week. So yeah. But they say that this thing is going to be ravaging through the state by Easter. So things might change in that period as well, with people on leave and everything else. So either my colleagues are going to fall over or I'm going to fall over. But either way, it's inevitable, potentially, that people are going to be falling over left, right and centre, and, excuse me, it's going to be right through. Not. Yeah, that was a tickly throat. My husband said, early symptoms include coughing. I need to drink more tea. I've been so slack. I was in work, not yesterday because I wasn't working yesterday. I was in work on Thursday or Friday and I was really bad. I didn't drink any water and I didn't have a tea and I was hungry and I went out and got some food and yeah, I think I was just thirsty and I should have just drank water. I'm naughty. I should know these things. I know, I've been there. Anyway, what else is happening? Sophie turns 2 this week. I know, we have a 2-year-old and my husband was playing with her yesterday. He threw her bunny onto me on the couch from the kitchen. So the couch is, say, here and there's a wall just behind it. And the kitchen is in this section here and there's a little kind of open window. So he flung the bunny from inside this window onto me on the couch. Well, there's a table that sits here at the dining table with a bench and she went flying over the bench and then went piling over the back of the couch onto me to get the bunny in the most direct route possible when she figured out where he'd gone, and he was cracking up at the method of deducement and everything else that she did to go and get her bunny. It was hilarious. Now, do you use a smartphone? And if you use a smartphone, how long did it take for you to figure stuff out on it? Can you even remember? Or is it just second nature to you? Because this is another thing that completely astounds us with the kid. She knows where her folder is on my phone. Now, I have a phone that unlocks if I'm in the vicinity of it. We have certain allowable items that allow it to be unlocked. So my watch and my computer, that kind of thing. So she pretty much has, you know, reasonable open access to the phone. She can swipe it open. She can get her folder. So her folder has her games on it, and not all of them, and I need to get her some more. But she's got games in a folder for her. And then she's got ABC iView. Now, ABC iView here does kids programs. So she's got the kids view for those programs. And she knows exactly where they are. She goes straight to them. And I mean, there's no dithering. She knows to flick up or flick down or to go right or go left. She can navigate my phone like an absolute pro. She's now taken to absolutely spitting the dummy because my husband has locked off his phone from her and closed off that kind of stay open function. And she can't open his, and she hasn't figured out what his pass picture, you know, it's kind of like a join the dots kind of thing. She hasn't figured out what that is yet. We've also got a tablet that we've been using. This tablet is so light and simple in brain power, it actually can't run something like iView, so we've gone and taken that off. So she doesn't have her TV on there. But yeah, gee, she's quick. She's really, really quick. I don't know if other kids are as quick. I don't know if we're just kind of going, oh, isn't our daughter just, you know, the bee's knees, or what it is. But she seems quicker than my kids. But then it was, you know, a long time ago, remembering as well. Look, they were quick. They were watching the phone, certainly, but I just don't remember them being able to navigate by themselves quite so quickly. So yeah, any of you young mums out there, please let me know. I should actually ask my mums group, because at the mums group that I'm in on Facebook, we all had our babies. We were all due in March 2018. Some of them had preemies. We've got, I think, 1 or maybe 2 mums with kids that have developmental issues. But we all have stuck with supporting each other, you know, 2 years on. It's really, really cool. They're an awesome bunch of girls who just, you know, chill and hang out together, and we wouldn't have normally met. We're Australia wide, and yeah, they're brilliant. So we do photos to update our kids quite frequently. We kind of go, hey, does your kid do this? And you know, we get the comparisons, and it was a lot when they were very young. There was a lot of the comparisons, and then there was a kind of, you know, no, we're okay. And everyone was kind of going, oh, we're keeping up with, you know, the leaps and all of that kind of thing. The Wonder Weeks, if you're wondering what a leap is, there are times where there is an exponential growth in learning or development in your baby. And they keep going, I think, through to the age of 7, or they've catalogued them till about the age of 7. These developmental leaps. So you can kind of go, okay, my child is going absolutely feral. It's going to be feral for 2 or 3 weeks, but in the end of that leap, the development has gone from understanding names and colors to understanding names, colors, numbers, and order or something. You know, it's that kind of developmental leap. So it's been really interesting having this time around. I didn't have it for my kids when they were older. You know, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have the resources that parents have these days, and it's really cool. And also, if you know that it's only a 2-week period, you know, oh, this isn't something that's going to be permanent in change of behavior. It's only a temporary thing. So yeah, there's a little bit of reassurance, I suppose, with that too, that you're not doing parenting wrong, you're not doing it badly. It's just them learning new phases and brains developing and that kind of thing. I was telling my son and daughter-in-law to be that we were in a store the other day, and there was a parent there with a kid, and the kid had the clear snot running out his nose, and it was just like, oh gross, I don't want you playing with him. Yeah, but she played with him for a bit. She was fascinated. She's fascinated with other kids. She even loves the Teletubbies bit, because you've got the baby face in the sunshine. I don't quite understand that. I watched Teletubbies with her this morning, and it was like, why do you like this? And she's sitting on my bedside locker with her, you know, chin on her hands, watching Teletubbies, and it was painful, but it was cute. It was really cute watching her. I really didn't care what was on the screen, but it was really cute watching her. So yeah, that's where we're at with her. I've got her a Bingo plush toy. Bluey is a cartoon character that I've mentioned before, and I got her Bluey at Christmas time, and then Bingo came out in the stores for pre-order, and I ordered Bingo. She's not interested in Bluey. She picked up Bluey actually the other day, and it's the first time she's picked her up in ages. Bluey is a blue heeler girl, and her dad Bandit and her mum Chili. Chili is red heeler and dad is a blue heeler, and then Bingo is a red heeler pup, and Bluey is a blue heeler pup. And they're all kinds of cute, but they're based around improvised play from a parenting point of view. So it's a really, really, really cool cartoon, and they've got new cartoons coming out in Paddy's Day, or on Paddy's Day even. So I can't wait for something a bit different, because I have really killed Bluey to death. She doesn't mind, and to be honest, I don't mind either. I love, love, love Bluey. It's a real wholesome cartoon that I'm happy watching, and she loves to watch. Yeah, I think it's really, really good. I think the morals are really good, and it's so Aussie. If you get a chance to watch it, it is going international. If you get a chance to watch it, please do. It's and give me your feedback if you watch it, because as a non-Aussie, how do you find it? Because there's a lot of Aussie-isms in there. There's sayings and mannerisms and the way of play, and you know, you're going to have similarities maybe, but not going to be to the same degree. So Bandit will there's one of the programs called Takeaway, and they're all going out for a takeaway dinner, and the kids start getting a bit fractious, and then, you know, Bingo pipes up, "Dad, I need to do a wee," and he goes, "Okay, well, it's going to have to be a bush wee." You know, do you have things like bush wees? What do you call them? And yeah, he's basically holding Bingo over the drain or over a plant, doing what he's calling a bush wee. You know, who hasn't taken their kid out of the car and, you know, let them pee at the side of the car door, you know, when you're on a road trip because you've just started nappy training and toilet training them, you know, that kind of thing. It's, yeah. And Bingo is 4 and Bluey is 6. You know, and there's the whole interaction with friends, there's the whole interaction with family. Yeah, it's just a really, really cool Aussie show. I loved it bits. And they were doing a live show, but I didn't really want to pay $45 for a ticket for Sophie to go to a show that I don't know what these live shows are like. I've never gone to one. And I don't know if she'll like it. You know, she, as I said, didn't show any interest in the plush. I don't know if she'd realise that the Bluey show is Bluey the cartoon, or how that would work. So I wasn't rushing out and buying tickets for that, although I have friends who have, but they also go to the Wiggles, so I think they're just bonkers. Yeah. Alright, what else am I up to? I have opened my mail, finally. I still have so many Diamond Art Club boxes. I've opened my mail finally and got that under some control. That was a bit of a relief, trying to get recording time for that. I've been so tired at the end of the day at work. It's crazy. I have continued crocheting. If I remember, I will try and insert a recent picture of my crochet. I don't even think I've got it up on Instagram at the time of recording this. So I've gone and flung 2 squares. There's one. I think I have completed my 6th stripe now. So I'm over halfway, and I've got my color order for the next stripe. I've put a note into Keep Note. Google Keep is what I use. So when it comes to organising which colours come next, I've already planned it in my Keep Note, so I can just cross-reference with that. There you are, you blighter. So that's kind of keeping me on track to not have too many, you know, to have blue with blue. I want to have this kind of random. The next one I'm going to do, I actually want to go back to the store and I want to buy more colour. I want to, excuse me while I reload this. I want to get 2 more blacks. I've got a dark grey, I've got a light grey, and I want to, no, I'm going to need that still. Yeah, so I've got a dark grey, I've got a light grey, I've got a cream, and I want to get a black. And I think what my plan will be for it will be to make it stripy. So it's going to be the zigzag corner to corner, but it'll be black zigzag, and it'll be white, and it'll be cream, or whatever it is. There's kind of limited colours in it, so I might have to change the brand that I'm using. So at the moment I've got 200 gram balls of wool, and what I might do is, what the heck is that? What I might have to do is maybe go to an alternate wool shop. I could do that on my way to work. Come on. Oh. didn't cut that one. There we go. So yeah, that's the plan with that one. The wool shop that I am thinking of going to is potentially more expensive, whereas the wool shop that I have been to is kind of like the generic haberdashery that we have called Spotlight in Australia. So let me get rid of that. Oh, my chair is stuck. I need to lose weight. Shh. Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to add black, and then I'll have more color choices, and yeah, have them in the stripes. I'm loving doing the corner to corner that much. And then of course I've got my knit crate box. If you've, I don't think knit crate will come in the future. So this is my midweek WiPnChat. Knit crate will probably be out in a week or two, and I got the most gorgeous wools, which are just there in yellows. The color is, I think, anything goes. Of course Rachel enabled me to get this. I was going to initially do just the one introductory $5 box, because I think what I did was I priced it and I thought, I'm not paying that much, and then something happened and I priced it again and was like, oh, that's not as much as I thought. So I don't know what was going on, but by mistake I ended up ordering 2 boxes. So I had two identical subscriptions, which was really stupid. So I realized that when I got invoiced at the beginning of March. So I've cancelled the jewel box. So I've got a jewel box coming when it does ship, but after that it's just going to be a single box, and I'll see how I go. It's nice, it's real wool, it's merino, whereas the Darn Good Yarn is the recycled saris, which is silk. So a little bit different. The colours are much more vibrant in the Darn Good Yarn boxes. Well, although the colours in Knit Crate this month are absolutely vibrant. So they're these rich yellows. I could put these into a corner to corner quilt or blanket too, but I wasn't really thinking of doing that. I don't know. I did put a shout out on Facebook for anyone who was getting rid of any wool, but I didn't get a response from that, except to shear a friend's sheep. And much as I would like to do that, I don't have my mum-in-law to teach me. She has done spinning before, and the only other person I knew who did spinning was my adopted mother, but she just lost her husband recently, and yeah, I think she'd be a bit preoccupied. So there's that. What else? Oh, there's so many things that I would kind of like to share, but can't. It's a real pain. It's not because I'd be breaking confidence, it's because it's on my mind, but I don't know. There's just some things you can't talk about. That may change in the future. It could get to a point where, you know what, fuck it, I have to get this out of my system. But then I might get it out of my system and never actually show you. Sorry. Yeah, look, sometimes life gets messy. And I certainly didn't like where my head was for a little while around some of those messy bits. My younger boy moved out today. He was here for just over a month. But he says we will catch up more often in future, which would be cool. Yeah, kids growing up, hey? I actually, I don't know how you do it as parents in America, where your kids go to college. Now, you might have to remind me, what age is a college age kid? Here, college is what they call grades 11 and 12. College in Ireland was uni. So you're talking 18 plus, kind of. You know, within reason, you might get a few smart 17-year-olds who would go to college. But in generally, it would be an 18-year-old going to university. That was college. But you guys in the States, you expect your kids to move out, or at least that's what media portrays, that's what movies portray. You expect your kids to move out for college, and they're gone. Like, they don't usually come back from there. So yeah, that's not something we're used to. Here, you stay until you can afford to move out, kind of scenario. And I certainly stayed with Dad after I was starting to work. Now, I didn't get very far in work before meeting my future husband then, and kind of, you know, doing that kind of transition. I was 20 when I got married first, so yeah, very, very young. I've got my eldest now, he's married, he's 25, and my middle boy, he's married, getting married, he's 24. And the other two one has a regular partner and the other one doesn't. I don't even know if he's even had a partner. He keeps very private on that. To the point where his sister thinks he's gay. Sorry. Yeah, gets a bit of teasing. Now, I got some new pens from Lace and Latheworks during the week. Again, that unboxing will be coming up in the future. But what I did was put multi-placer heads in all my pens. So that's really cool. And now I have a full collection of multi-place heads that I've got to just load up with my blue tack. I don't know that I'm going to go back to Paddy Wax. I have it. I think the blue tack, I don't know, I've just found my groove with the blue tack, and I really like the blue tack. I think the super sticky wax that Robin has, if it works as good as we've seen other people using it, yeah, go for it, it's phenomenal. But see, I'm doing this, I'm tucking in the little splayed bit that goes outside the edge. I don't know if you can do that with anything else. And that kind of renews the sticky kind of contact, you know, so it doesn't need reloading as such. See, it's going out there because it's a little bit too full down that end, so now I need to shove it down the other end, even it out a bit, and then I can keep going. So it's almost like it's been renewed. You can't really do that with the Paddy Wax I found. And then when I stuck in new wax, the new wax onto the old wax wouldn't have a stick, and when I pulled off the drills, all the wax would pop out of the pen, all the new stuff that I just loaded, so I'd get this wax residue that I couldn't get off the drills, and that was really frustrating. Again, probably me, but yeah, it was just like, no. I think I'll stick with what I know and what I know I enjoy. I think that's just where I was at. And then we've got Beth Minton, whimsical something. If I have listened to this on post editing, I will try and link her Etsy store. She sells the mud, which is hopefully not anything dodgy. but it did come out on the back of Robin doing hers. People seem to love it. I don't know what's different, but I don't think I'll be buying it. I'm just not a wax person. And the shipping over here is crazy for something that I'm not really in love with. Yeah, with the exchange and everything else, it was just like, no, no, no. I need to rein it in, unfortunately, sometimes. I'm sure my husband will be pleased that I'm saying I'm reining it in. I have made some pretty insane purchases. I have got some diamond art clubs on the way again. Again, as I've said, where did I say it? I might have said it with Ashley, actually. I did a live with Ashley last week. Please go check it out if you want to hear some of my roots, foundations, or whatever, getting into diamond painting and stuff like that. I was talking about, what was I talking about? Oh, the stories. I don't get paintings that usually don't mean anything to me, so if you ever want to get the story behind why I get a particular painting, you need to watch that unboxing as to why. So I have some at foot, and yeah, you'll get to hear some of my story, which I think is why I'm so picky. Yeah, picky about people choosing something that I wouldn't ordinarily choose, and I hate it because I feel very ungrateful then, because it's like, it's not really me, thanks, but you know, that kind of thing. And then you get some awesome people who can kind of go, oh my god, I can't believe you gave that to me, and now you're going to make me cry. And you know, that kind of, there's a difference. There's people who gift, and then there's people who gift who know you or get you, or you know, that kind of thing. And it really makes that gift so much, excuse me, more special, I think, when that happens. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I have a runny nose, and now with the coughing and the runny nose, and I'm going to be so paranoid. Seriously. One of the things I'm finding interesting, and this isn't to go political or anything else, is the news articles coming from something like CNN, and I don't get the whole left and right and all that Republican, Democratic or whatever, but you know, we're getting articles about Trump, and he's saying one thing about coronavirus, and the doctor is saying, oh my god, that is not the thing. And it's like, I don't know how things are on the ground in the US. There's a lot of upset about the new candidates that are going for election next year. Is it? I don't know. I don't get into politics. I just find it slightly amusing how it seems quite circus-like a lot of the time. Look, it's not to say we don't have circuses here in Australia, because we sure do, and our Prime Minister is not liked at the moment by a lot of people. I think some of the issue is he would say that he is a church goer. And I don't know. I was watching a live broadcast when the coronavirus broke out, and the trolls within the live chat was just like, what the hell? You know, if you don't like this guy, why don't you just piss off and stop listening to this? If you don't like what he's got to say, don't listen. It was really weird how, I don't know, I think people just want to hate. Oops. Space. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't have the time to sit and hate on people like that. armchair warriors, isn't that what we call them? Hey, look, I know we've got them in YouTube land, but yeah, very, very strange. I'd rather look after my own house than start to get silly about things that you can't do anything about. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. I've got my dad over in Ireland. He's 91. And we've got in-laws who are 70s and 80s. She is rail thin, and he has just hit 80. He's not necessarily unhealthy, but he has got some health issues. And then on the ex's side, her mother has had breast cancer, so I don't know what her immunity is like. They're younger though, so there's concerns that, you know, the kids might be impacted by losing grandparents and stuff because of this. So yeah, look, I don't know. We don't know the day and the time, I suppose. It is what it is. Life is what you make it, and all of that kind of jazz. I have kind of given some thought about what I would do if something was to happen. And to be honest, I'm torn between continuing to work, depending on who was left and who was gone, continuing to work or bugging out and seeing stuff, life. Touring Australia, that kind of thing, I don't know. Alright, that is the sky section done. Alright, see, they click into place quite nicely. There's not much gapping. In fact, there's hardly any gapping. I think that's the big issue, is there's hardly any gapping with these. They are really quite snug, but some of the drills have tabs. Now this color was okay. The colors I'm having issues with are more in this midsection here. There's a few of these kind of creamies. Excuse me. The peachy kind of colors are a bit more tricky. So yeah, there's one section. I don't think I'll go on. I think I'll wrap it up now. It's only a short one. Sorry if you've been with me. I have been a little bit out of sorts the last couple of days. I have the same pillow I've had for ages, but it seems to be, whatever way I'm twisting in bed, it's giving me a sore neck, like actually muscle sore, not just the ongoing backache. So, I don't know, I'm old. I feel old. I feel tired, and I'm mentally exhausted. Maybe that's it. And I don't know when I've got leave booked. I actually didn't book leave on my roster. I kind of said, you know what, book me in wherever. So I don't know when my leave is booked for. So next leave I get on the roster I will be taking. The last couple I didn't, but the next lot I will, because I've got leave earned now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I had been using my leave in the last year to give me a day off every week and a day off every a day off every fortnight and every month, and kind of used it up like that to kind of ease back into full-time work, which is why I think the whole back thing became an issue, because I went full-time and then my back really started paying the price on that. I wasn't de-tensing, I wasn't de-stressing. I probably should have gone to the gym and done gym work. I'm so not a gym person. And unfortunately my husband doesn't encourage me, because he's not a gym person, and I need to just get over that and just go on my own. Which is easier said than done when he's the one who's picking you up from work, and you know, you get home, you want to get changed, you want to just sit on the couch and, you know, rest, and then you want to get dinner, and I'll get there. I will get there. Yeah. So, that's done. I will take the glare off on that one. I will roll it up. I'll let you have a look. But yeah, look, there's the image, and you're not going to see this because it's going off. There's the fence. So there's a little bit of lightness here in this strut here in the picture, which is there, just here. So you can see how the wood is slightly lighter with that reflection on it, and that's coming through here. Like, the colors are so spot on, it's just awesome. And it looks kind of pixelated through here with the blending of the colors. I don't think it's going to look quite so pixelated when I'm taking a photograph of this from a bit of a distance back. So you've got the different foreground, background going into the mountain and stuff. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this. These drills certainly seem to be better than other drills that I've got. Let me just get that one away, because I probably could have identified that one, but it's like, stuff it. It's just one drill. And then I roll it up and I put it into this Evermoment tube. Pop it in and it keeps it safe. Sophie has gone to the top of this. These are my Cotart tubes. This is actually my Victoria Moon diamond painting. This is my horse, and it gets stored in that one. So I've got a couple that I've got on the go. This one, what is this one? Oh, this one is, oops, this one is my New York skyline. That is my year-long project. I've got to do a section a week to keep up to speed with that one. And the other one is now my worthy start to the week, Who You Say I Am. That's my other work in progress. So I actually don't have one that I'm doing really that feels it's just for fun, and I'm kind of missing out on the just for fun diamond painting. So if I could give you one word of advice, have one that is just for fun. Like, I've got the New York project and I want to have that done by September. I've got the custom diamond painting that I was just doing with you, this picture here, so this one, that, you know, it doesn't have a deadline or anything, but, you know, I want to kind of progress with it, but it feels less fun because the drills aren't good. I've got the Who You Say I Am, that's for a video project, so I need to record that. I need to get my recordings so that it time lapses and all that kind of thing for that. And I've got the Christmas tree, that's for Christmas next year. I'll do the outside. I did think about taking that out to do now. I've got my other project that I've got to I really need to get on with it. But again, it's all hard work. It's counted diamond painting. So yeah, it's a lot of work, and I can maybe get 3 sections done because it's a 10 by 10 block, but it feels like it's a chore as opposed to a pleasure, and I want at least one diamond painting to be a pleasure, and I need to get one of those. So I probably need to kit maybe one more up that is just for a random, hey, it's a WiPnChat, we're going to do this, and I'm just going to fly through it like I did with I Miss You. I Miss You was great fun. I loved doing I Miss You with Diamond Art Club. It was around and I just flew through it, and it was like in no time I was finished. It was great. So yeah, but I haven't ordered any of these. These are phenomenal. I love these as kits, but these are kind of long-term storage now. So this is my custom, that one. I have one with New York, and I have one with Who You Say I Am. So they're all kind of busy. And then this is what I've got my project in for another one, and yeah, that's kind of it. I'm full, so yeah, we'll see how we go. If I get one of these, I kind of put off buying from Ali because I may not have been able to get them. I might order one of these from Logan Store. or yeah, because the diamond painting stores are not all open yet, so I don't want to order something and have it sit there or not know if it's going to be delivered. Some things in different provinces are certainly coming through, but the diamond painting kind of line of things are all in the Henan province, I think, which is just to the right of Wuhan province. So there's a bit of a go slow on some of those, so I might just order it and have it on the way whenever it gets on the way, maybe. But they're like $30 a piece for those kits, but they're so good, so good. There's 60 bottles in these. They're 5 centimeters tall. They're clear. They store phenomenally well, and they're an absolute pleasure. So yeah, I'll get some more of those on the way. Anyway, all right, we're nearly done. You're nearly done. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a bit of a chat with coronavirus. I'm a bit preoccupied maybe with it, and kids and everything else. My son is flying back to Sydney today, so it's, you know, people and contact, and it's like, okay, yeah, life. I need to stop worrying about stuff I have no control over. There's a lesson in that, I suppose, for everyone. Alright, my husband is agreeing. No, yeah, of course he is. Alright. He's the one who's, you know, germaphobe. And kills germs with methylated spirits. He dislikes them so much. Oh, it's in nerve endings as well. Yeah. If we get a cut, it's treated with metho. It actually works. It's, yeah. Different story. Alright, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. Please click like. Please click subscribe. I know I asked a heap of questions in this. Please, you know, have a conversation with me, and I will see you around, as always, on the tubes. There's a lot of different videos coming up. I'm trying to stagger them out, so you'll get unboxings, you'll get unpackings, you'll get to see some wool and other things. And somebody did ask me to do a sparkler video where I put the sparklers into the trays so you can get a better glimpse. I've got to set that up and bag everything, or unbag everything, put it into my new Elizabeth Ward set, and give you sneak peeks into that. Tina from Diamond Painting with Sparklers had 100 orders recently. She had to close the form. She reopened the form after maybe a week, and within 3 hours she had 200 orders. No, she had 165, I think, within 3 hours. She was out, so she couldn't close the form, and by the time she got back home to close the form, she had 200 orders. She's now starting to run out of stock because China isn't shipping, and she's going to be busy, she reckons, for about 3 more weeks. So, yeah, it's all kinds of insane. So there's not any real rush on me doing the sparkler videos, but I would like to do it because I've been asked, and it's going to be fresh in my head and all that kind of thing. So yeah, if there is something you would like to see, please let me know. I don't know what you are particularly keen on. If there's something that you would like, I know what I like, but if there's something else, then yeah, please let me know. So bye for now, and I'll see you around on the tubes.